say Shalom, Shalom. Yikah Elohim La Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai Bahasham Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders. And great millstone salutations to you, Akim, pushing the work of truth and sincerity. Alright, so the name of this lesson is Scarcity Brings Dependency. Dependency brings control. Alright. And so this is the game Esau's playing. He's going after your agriculture, which is your food. And he's going after the energy, which is your lights, you know. Okay, keep yourself warm. He's coming after those things, you know, and these are the most vital things for survival. All right. Again, this devil doesn't play fair, and we're in warfare. So what is he going to do? He's going to attack you where you're most vulnerable. All right. And if you can control, which he does control agriculture, all right, he does control energy. He can also sabotage these, you know, these things, okay? Which that's what's been happening. You know, sabotage. You see, so. His ultimate goal is to get you to bend towards his will. Okay? And those that who are you know, spiritually inclined, all right, and know what's going on. Okay? You know, you're gonna prepare yourself for that day. You're going to be well equipped, but for those who aren't spiritual, all right, they're going to easily give in. Okay? Because the way this thing is going to be set up, it's going to be, you know, it's like it's not going to be any way to escape it. You know? Because they control the grids, they control the farms, the agriculture. Okay? And they, for some time now, the last few years, have been going after, you know, these vital, you know, resources. Okay? So that's the game he's playing. That's the game he's playing. All right? And that's why it's going to be the worst time to ever. Because literally this man is going to starve out the whole world. He's going to starve out the whole world. Okay? So that he can get people to bend towards his will. And ultimately, the ultimate end goal, end game, is that you take the MOTB. Which a lot of people still don't understand the complete implications behind, you know, this man's plans, all right? Or this man's through his technology, all right? Okay, so, you know, knowing is half the battle. Now we have to, as the scriptures say, flee to haste from this world. Now, things are going to get uncomfortable. This winter, all right, it may be the most uncomfortable winter you probably have to ever deal with in your life. All right? Now, that's not to say that there's not going to be a balance, okay? Because there will, especially for those that serve the Lord. All right? You know? So there might be, food might be very hard to come by. All right? Especially if you didn't store, you know, any food for this winter. Okay? And really, hell, you're going to have to ration the food that you store, you know? You know, so we can see this thing unfold and play out the way it is. You know, it's just a matter of time. All right? You got the whole Eurozone who's about to suffer the worst winter ever. And they've been speaking on it and talking on it. You know? And these devils are gonna make sure they're gonna make sure of it. Okay? They're gonna make sure of it. All right. So let me go ahead and park. I want to grab some precepts, and I do want to start with Daniel 12 because we're gonna need some help. Jake, we're gonna need some help. Okay. So Daniel 12:1, it says, "And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people." All right, we're going to need some divine intervention, because this devil does not play fair. He does not play fair. He goes for the jugular. Okay? It says, "And there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered." Now, these times, we're going to be delivered from these perils. These said perils. Okay? And it's important to understand this. That it's important to understand that we're headed into a time of trouble. All right? And that we need to spiritually prepare. Okay? And really, the best way to spiritually prepare is to get rid of the things that this world, really, because, you know, anything in this world you holding on to, that's what Esau is, you know, he can't wait to take that away from you. All right? So if you gluttonous, you like to eat a lot, Esau, you know, he wants to take that away from you. Well, ultimately, we know it's the Lord using Esau, so, you know, to put this proud ass world, you know, put it down, so to speak. Okay? All right? So you're pretty much going to have to shed off this world, you know? If you're all into, you know, your phone and, you know, you're used to having the lights on, well, the scriptures say he's going to come as a thief. He's going to come when you least expect it, you know? And, you know, that's when people are, you know, pretty much, you know, getting ready for the festivities. You know, it might happen then, you know, whole grid shut off, and they ain't gonna give no answer. They ain't gonna be able to explain it. They're gonna say it's a cyber attack or whatever the case may be. But we know, we should know in that very same minute what the deal is. All right, Jake shouldn't have in their mind, you shouldn't even be getting mad, really. Because if you get mad at how this thing transpires, then really you didn't understand in the first place, you know? So the best thing is to shed off this world. The scripture said, haste to flee from these times. Let's see if I can find it real quick. I think it's 2 Ezra 14:14. It says, "Let go from thee mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man, put off now the weak nature, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste to flee from these times." Yeah, that's it. Yep. Hate and haste to flee from these times. "For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter." People are going to completely lose it when they don't have these, you know, resources easily, you know, available to them. People are going to lose it. People are going to be fighting one another, killing one another, stealing from one another. And that's why the scripture said, you know, the love of many shall wax cold. Hell, Klaus Schwab, that's what I call him. Klaus Schwab, you know, one of the head guys at the World Economic Forum, He said, man, prepare for an angrier world. Why did he say that? It's because they're creating scarcity at a massive level. All right? Okay? And the only way you're going to be able to, get by, so to speak, all right? Either you're going to get by through the spirit, Yahweh Shem Shai, or you're going to get by bending the knee to this devil, man. All right? Let me see. So sloggy. All right. So Lord willing, you can still hear me. But yeah, man. People gonna lose it. All right. 2 Esdras 15. All right. And 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. All right. So you're gonna have militia groups out here that's fighting against the government. Okay. Fighting against authorities. You're gonna have militias, for lack of better words, I use militias, but certain communities fighting against other communities. All right. To maintain territory, to maintain their own sustenance. Okay. And so there's going to be wars, class wars. And you know what? I don't want to say, well, yeah, you can call it class wars. The regular citizens fighting each other for territory and resources. Okay. And it's going to be pretty bad, So a lot of people going to want to hoard, resources, because, they want to, they're going to want to, get through the winter, Okay. Next thing you know, you're going to see the red shield or FEMA pull up, and they're going to be regulating and, and rationing off resources. Okay. All right. And you're going to be having disease running rapid, and you ain't going to be able to get those resources unless you bend the knee. Well, if that might consist of you taking a JAB. All right. Because you can forget about work. You can forget about, buying things with cash. All of that's coming to an end. All right. They've been talking about a new world for a long time now. And they're destined on, bringing that new world. All right. And that world is filled with chaos and destruction. Okay. That world's going to be filled with chaos and destruction. All right. So let's continue. It says, for there shall be sedition among men. All right. Invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. All right. And man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. All right. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. All right. The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. All right. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses, all right, with the sword, and spoil their goods, because they lack the lack of bread, and for great tribulation. And so we're getting very close, But these are the things that's going to consist of the time. These are the things these are the scenarios that's going to play out, while Esau is trying to starve everybody into, dependency. Okay. So that he may have his control, and he's going to gain control. He's going to gain a certain amount of control, and then, but it's a cutoff point. He's going to reach a certain level. All right. And, he's going to be in straits. Okay. Which we're starting to see those straits, starting to manifest themselves. All right. 2nd Ezra 8:50, it says, "For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride." So the miseries, all right, hinging on the misery part, okay, that's what's coming, man. A whole lot of misery, especially for the proud, you know. But the righteous, you know, it says the just shall live by faith, okay, you know, and we live based on the hope and belief in Yahweh Shem Shai, okay, that he's going to provide in that time, which he will, you know. He said it, all right. Everything he said thus far has come to pass. So how much more, you know, him protecting the apple of his eye, those that trust in him, all right, those that call upon him, all right. And who's going to be able to keep us from the love of Hamashiach? You know, it says nothing, all right. Let me, because I looked up the word peril before I did this. Let me see. All right, because who gonna be able to keep us from the love of Mashiach? And well, you know, Esau's plans are to, you know, keep us away from the Lord, and he's banking on us, you know, forsaking the Lord and serving Him. All right. All right. Here, I'll just read 35. Romans 8:35. Who shall separate us from the love of, Hamashiach? Shall tribulation, or distress, or persecution, or famine, or nakedness, or peril, or sword? All right. As it is written, for thy sake we are killed all the day long. We are counted as sheep for the slaughter. All right. Nay, in all these things we are more than conquerors through him that loved us. All right. For I am persuaded that neither death, nor life, nor angels, nor principalities, nor powers, nor things present, nor things to come, nor height, nor depth, nor any other creature shall be able to separate us from the love of the Most High, which is in Hamashiach Yahushua, Adawan Nawa. All right. Okay. So there's nothing that's going to be able to keep us away from the Lord. All right. Not even these generated crises. All right. These post scarcities. You know, the Lord's going to see us through. Okay. Jeremiah 30:7. All right. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. So this is going to spawn Jacob's trouble. You see, and it's going to be, you know, pretty much, die of famine or take the MOTB. All right. For a lot of individuals, but for the elect, there's going to be no, there's going to be no other alternative but Yahweh Shai. All right. It says, it is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. All right. So lucky. It says, for it shall come to pass in that day, said the Lord of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off thy neck, and will burst thy bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him. So the Lord is going to break us free from this devil. All right. There's going to be a cutoff point where the Lord is we're going to break free from this devil's clutches. All right. And he's not going to be able to do any more harm to us. The Lord said he's going to raise up a standard. Okay. So there's a lot of scenarios it's going to play out in, these oncoming weeks, months, years, if years. All right. I don't even want to say years because it's getting so hot. I guess Putin is not hiding, but he took refuge in a bunker because they're talking about, nuclear bombs, or, pocket size nuclear bomb. I forget the term they use for it. But they're talking about, blowing shit up. Okay. And they're talking about their nuclear capabilities. That's all you've been hearing about this last week, because Babylon just sabotaged, the energy, natural gas over there in Europe. Okay. And, Biden said in February that they, basically, this ain't his words, but basically he's saying by any means necessary, that they was going to take out that pipeline in Nord Stream out of his own mouth. So, and what happened? He did it, didn't he? So that's going to cause a lot of people to suffer. All right. The fix is in, and this devil is fixing to try and win the souls of every living human being on earth. And he's going to do that through scarcity, which is going to lead to dependency. And that dependency is going to lead to his full control. All right. But what did the Lord say? That's going to happen to him. I know we bring these out all the time, but you know what? You can't bring them out enough. All right. He disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the froward is carried headlong. And soon enough, they go fail. Salakia. Been up all morning. So, these people are going to fail. All right. It says, verse 14, they meet with darkness in the daytime. All right. And basically it's just dealing with their nefarious, obscure plans. All right. That's why they have the World Economic Forums. So they can, that's how they meet with darkness in the daytime and grope in the noonday as in the night. All right. But he saveth the poor from the sword, from their mouth. Because this is mainly what it is. Them giving the orders to allow these different measures to be taken, whether that's generating scarcity, so on and so forth. All right. It says, and from the hand of the mighty, so the poor hath hope, and iniquity stoppeth her mouth. All right. And so, Esau's war is against the poor. It's against the people that can't defend themselves. Now, I did mention this earlier, and I wanted to get it. I should have got it. Let me see if all right. Let's see. No, because it's just basically saying that, yep, here it is. So principal things is what Esau is going to attack. All right. Let's see. Sirach 39 and 26. The principal things for the whole use of man's life are water, fire, iron, and salt, flour of wheat, honey, milk, and the blood of the grape, and oil, and clothing. All these things are for good to the godly, so to the sinners they are turned into evil. And that's pretty much what's been happening. These things, these amenities, these, the principal things that we need for life have been turned to evil. These people have run amok in the earth. You're dealing with a decadent society. They take for granted these things. And so the Lord is putting the spirit on Esau to take them away. All right. And that's like the main aspect to this whole ordeal. And the Lord is, harden these devils' heart, so they come with their sinister plans and their evil plans, and so the Lord can spawn his trap. So, yeah, man. I mean, that's all I had. I just really wanted to go in the spirit. Only had the title. Scarcity equals dependency. And I got it from I stole it from David Icke. He said this, you know. All right, scarcity equals dependency, dependency equals control. And that's the game Esau is playing. So, stay prayed up. And this is definitely a spiritual battle, because it's going to take the spirit in man to overcome and fight, these tactics that Esau is bringing. So with that, I say shalom until next time.